First of all, I'm over here talking and it's on mute. That's number one. But hey, Ben, what's going on? How is everybody? Happy holidays. I hope everybody is having them a great, what is this, a hump day, honey? I hope y'all are having a great one, dear heart. What is up, Phil? What's up? What's up, Yadizi? I think I said it wrong, yes. Okay, I apologize if I did, okay? What's going on? Hey, Miss I don't know how to Miss A. I'll say Miss A, girl, because I'm over here butchering it. What's up, Lindsay? What's up, Yolanda? What's up, Shelves? Yes, I can finally catch this live. Been watching the videos, and I can't believe I'm just now finding this community. It's all good. And you know what else? I'm so glad you said community, because I have to let y'all know. Let me make sure it's down in the description. Okay, yes. So I have started a Discord, right? So the reason I did this is because a lot of people leave messages and stuff and even hop on the lives and say that they did not get like the notifications. So I started a Discord because I want to be able to give you guys other ways outside of just YouTube to get, you know, updates on the content and stuff that I put out. So below in the description is the details. So you guys feel free to go ahead and get that app or whatever, or I think it has you can get on the website as well as the app and go ahead and, you know, just join the community. It's Jamithatsme YouTube community. So yes, I had to just give y'all that update. So I'm glad that she said community. What's up, not your friend? What's up, baby hustler? What's going on? Episode was a whole fool, whole foolish fool, but it was very entertaining. Mary, I be wanting so much from Mary, y'all. I don't know what the hell I be wanting from Mary sometimes. Because Mary be funny when sometimes she be real, but then at the same time, it's like, Mary, why you lie, dog? Like, just be like, oh, why everybody sitting up here lying? I feel like about the realest person at the table probably was Heather and Meredith. Okay, I was here for them, but we're going to go ahead and just, you know, hop on into this. All right, y'all, don't forget I am doing another live later on Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion. I might move it to later this evening. We're gonna see. And I'm also doing a live on Selling Tampa, and at some point Bonnie's gonna join me on that live as well, so y'all be sure to come on back and check out that. But let's talk about some things. Big capping the whole lunch. Phil, me and Phil, we rarely agree on a lot of stuff, but I love it. Phil says Heather is never real. I need your insight then, Phil. I need your insight on why you think like that, because I mean, you know, maybe my thoughts is wrong. Maybe I'm not seeing what you're seeing. So let me know once we get to that part so we can talk about it. Okay, so Meredith and Jenny comes over to Meredith's house and she tells her about the fact that her husband wants another child or whatever. But, you know, since she's not open. She's not open at all, y'all. Y'all know that Jenny is not looking to give birth, and she's not looking to have a surrogate. So he's like, if you're not trying to do any of those things, then hey, how about we go and get a sister wife? She's not here for that idea either. And at some point, you know, Lisa comes over and she shares that information with Lisa as well. But I thought it was kind of interesting because I would have figured Lisa would have known that information before anybody, considering the fact that that's supposed to be your best friend as much as you be sitting up here caping for her too. Okay, but I guess not. All right. Okay, then. So yeah, so there's that. Then we get to Jen and Heather, right? So Jen calls Heather to talk to her because now she's about to officially go and meet up with Lisa. Now, Lisa had been avoiding her, not talking to her. I don't know what Lisa honestly should have said to Jen when she finally met up with her. But let's just talk about it. So she says Lisa responded 4 days later. I need to, like, if y'all was going through what she went through, would you expect your friends to act like Lisa? Would you expect for them to be like, I need to process this? Because I feel like I would expect my friends to probably operate like Heather did, right? Show up for me, be there for me, versus, you know, waiting like 4 days or however long because you need to process. But it's like, it's not even about you. It's about Jen. And I feel like Jen is the person that got to process this because her life's going to change, especially if she on some federal charges. She probably going to go to prison. Okay, so I feel like if anybody needs to process it, it should be Jen. And I don't think that there's any harm and linking up with your friend and hearing them out and listening to the overall situation. You know, but I guess, I mean, Lisa was still pissed off about the fact that she snapped on her at the party. But I feel like, Lisa, you still was going to be rocking with her like ain't nothing ever happened until this situation happened. They would have been at my home if they couldn't reach me. True. Heather ain't real because everything she's supposed to be there for someone, she ain't there. Oh, every time she's supposed to be there, she ain't there. The sister, brother, and the friend. Oh, you wrong for that. Well, I feel like she's trying to show up for Jen. I mean, her brother definitely called her out for not being there. But I feel like she was trying to, maybe she's trying to be a better person. Hey, Jamie, I was team Lisa when it came to Jen. Really? Okay. What? Oh, Dewey just needs to divorce Jenny. I don't know. I feel like he needs to I don't want to say divorce yet, right? But I feel like he should just let go of the idea that they're going to have another child. Like, she gave you 3. And if this is your wife and this person you're supposed to love and protect and care for and all this other stuff, you got to be okay with the fact that that's not something that you want. And I feel like he probably do need to go to therapy so that he can heal a certain part of him instead of trying to have a child. Because, you know, they had a child. And I think after that child was born, that child ended up dying or something like that. So I understand him probably wanting to replace that hole that's in him. But I feel like even if they had another child, the hole is still going to be there. Right? Because then he's going to be looking at it like, oh, you know, we had 3 kids. We could have had 4. And then when you have the 4th kid, it could be, oh, we should have had 5 if this kid would not, you know. So, I mean, I think he may need to go and heal some stuff within him. Trying to show up for Jen. Didn't she call her Shrek? Embarrassing. Heather called Jen Shrek, or was that Mary? Maybe it was Heather. Or did Jen call, girl, they both was close to it. So I don't know who called who Shrek, child. I ain't even gonna lie to you. They both were damn near running neck and neck for that one. Jen told to Lisa like ish in front of what? Jen talked to Lisa like ish in front of her kids. Oh, yes, and expects Lisa to drop everything for her. I see where you're going, Claire. I see what you mean. That those feelings, because I did think that when I was watching it, because she went back to talking about how she made her feel at that time, like you snapped off on me, you cussed me out, whatever. So she's still on the fence, but some part of me feels like they could still talk about that at a later time, because I feel like what Jen is going through is way more serious, right? So like, just show up for your friend in that moment. I mean, I guess, but I will say this, when it comes to Jen though, one thing about Jen, if Lisa would have went to her with a situation she had going on, Jen would have did the same thing that Lisa did, which is bring up how you made me feel, right? So I guess Lisa was fair in how she felt about Jen and bringing that up. Like, girl, I hear what you're saying, I understand what you got going on, but I want you to know how you made me feel, girl. So, and I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. So I see where you're going. Blame Heather for Jen going off on Lisa. When they were at the house, Heather provoked Jen into confronting Lisa. When Jen caused this whole scandal herself, she can't play victim now. Ooh, and there's that on that. Salt Lake City is killing the game. Like, they're definitely doing a pretty good job. Okay, the daughter was stillborn. I can't remember. I can't remember if she was born stillborn or if she had been born for a few hours and passed. Embarrassing. I forgot. Okay, blame. I'm stuck on that field. I'm trying to remember. Blame Heather for Jen going off on Lisa. When they were at the house, Heather provoked Jen into confronting Lisa. And this was before they got cool, though. So was this last season? If it was last season, I could have missed it because I kind of had fell off a little bit in the season. I don't remember. I'm having a blonde moment. I can't remember. I still want that Popeyes Jen and Coach had. Okay. Girl, Popeyes line be forever. But let's keep going. So Lisa arrives. Well, let me go back. So Jen is talking to Heather at this time. And Heather told her to ask if she wants to put their relationship in a different category, or if she doesn't consider her to be a friend that she considered her to be before this situation happened. Phil, I'm so sorry. I'm having a blind moment. I'm gonna have to go back and recall that situation. And I hate that I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry. I hate that. Not me sitting here with my Popeyes and nuggets. Good night. Yes, thank you so much, Portia Kayla, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. You could be anywhere, but you sitting right here listening to me, so I appreciate it. I hope I'm helping you guys get through your day. So let's keep going. So then Lisa arrives, okay? And when she first got there, I noticed she really couldn't even look Jen in her face when she first sat down. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but I did. Jen tells her that it's hard on her and her family, and she's innocent. Okay, and then this is where Jen kind of made, not Jen, but Lisa made me feel away. When Lisa says, "Yeah, you're innocent," yeah, and you know, they have to prove, like I look at you as innocent. Okay, if nobody else does, I do, and I hope you don't get that from me. Okay, I hope you don't think that I would think. And I was like, now Lisa. Girl, you could have just sat there and looked at her like Heather did. See, right now, Lisa, this is when you're overselling it. And it's like, just chill, just nod, like, like I'm here. And then I think that's where Lisa be going wrong sometimes. I think she be putting her feet in her mouth sometimes because she be speaking a bit too soon instead of sitting back and let these folks talk sometimes. But there's that. I was like, okay, Lisa, you overselling it now. Because none of us believe she innocent. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I want to hope. Let me say, I want to hope that she's innocent because of her family, because of her husband is showing up, and because she's a mom with these kids and stuff, right? But I don't really. I'm not believing it 100%. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not. When Stu looked at her and told her, "I'm sorry," like, girl, he probably confessed, but she's still saying she was oblivious and didn't know what was going on, and because of that, I say, to her defense, it could be possible that she didn't know, considering the fact that he was the one that handled every single thing for her. So the fact that he handled everything, I mean, he could have been doing some stuff under her nose. And she just was glad because she was just seeing the checks. And obviously whatever Stu was doing was working. But, we're going to see, girl. I don't know, girl. It's looking, if the Fed's coming, then I'm sorry. I don't believe it, but let's go. Matter of fact, y'all, I'm sorry, I have a quick question. Do y'all know if there were any cases where the feds have come after somebody and the other person won the case? Because I never really hear that. I usually hear if the feds coming after you, baby, the feds got you. So it's very rare that I hear cases where the other, like, I guess the defendant or whatever is a person that won the case. So let me know y'all thoughts. What else happened? So Jen says that she needs her family and her friends because this whole thing is crazy. Jen says that the whole thing is teaching her about who her real friends are. Ooh. Lisa says this whole situation makes her a real friend because she needed to process. I said, this whole situation made you a real friend because you needed to process. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not, I can't connect with that. I cannot connect with that. Especially, I mean, I don't know how often Jen needs to lean on Lisa, but I just feel like when your friend's going through stuff, sometimes you do put whatever your thoughts are, how you feeling to the side, and you just show up for your friends, right? I mean, and I really say that for Lisa for real, because I felt like, Lisa, you were so focused on pushing this lady in Meredith's face, trying to force a connection and to get them to hash out their issues. You was forcing this so hard. And then now your friend going through it, you want to sit up here and say, oh, I needed to process. And I understand she snapped on you. I definitely get that. But then some part of me feels like this is Jen's behavior. Like, we've seen this all last season. So you should have known it was bound to happen to you if it hasn't already happened to you. Right? Not saying that you should not be upset, because sometimes you get in friendships and you may think that, okay, they do everybody like that, but they won't do me like that. Then next thing you know, they doing you like that. So, I guess, but I just wanted her to put it to the side for just a little bit. But it is what it is. So then Lisa goes on to tell her that her feelings are hurt too. Like, girl, my feelings still hurt, okay? Because it started with you being at my kid's party getting real disrespectful with me. I ain't like that, girl, okay? So at this point, she's wondering where does the friendship lie between her and Jen, because she don't know. So then Lisa tells her that when she came at her hard, she felt very broken by. I said, Lisa, broken, Lisa, broken. It's just broken. You wasn't broken. I don't think so. And then she said she couldn't sleep and she was an emotional wreck. Now, see, girl, I don't know. Girl, this sounds like some stuff y'all would say Mary did to y'all, too. Girl, they both of them crazy, though. So I guess I ain't even talking about something. She was broken. I disagree, but okay, those are her feelings. Jen says she understands, but all of that aside, when she was arrested, girl, you went silent. At the end of the day, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really give about none of that stuff you talking about your heart. Because you went silent when I needed you. So don't be trying to use what I did a few weeks ago to disguise for your lack of showing up for me. Like, don't do that. So there's that. What else? Lisa, Lisa cuts her off and says, I'm here today. Jen, I'm here today though, Jen. I did not like that. I'm sorry, y'all. I felt like if the shoe was reversed, you would not like that either, Lisa, if somebody cut you off and said, well, I'm here today, which is kind of what you was doing to Meredith, you know, at the table and stuff, like cutting her off and stuff when she was walking off and whatever. So yeah, anywho, Lisa turned this into a little argument by dismissing Jen's feelings, in my opinion. I understand how Lisa is feeling, but you were all good with her prior to her getting arrested, and now you want to make it an issue because you felt like you were blindsided by her arrest. That's what it probably really is. She felt like she was blindsided. She wasn't in the know about her arrest. Jen starts to cry because she felt like she didn't have the support from her, from her good friend Lisa. And Lisa asked, how do you need my support? I'm sorry, y'all. I did not understand that question. I'm sorry for the Lisa lovers. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't understand what kind of question it is. How do you need my support? What do you mean, how? Show up. Like, that's what I need. Show up. Okay. Reach out to me. You ain't got to call me all the time. Text me, check on me, see what I got going on. If I want, like, see if I want to go grab some tea. If I don't want to go and grab like a fool, me, like, what do you mean? How? Were you waiting for her to ask you, oh, girl, I need like, $200,000 to go towards this 1.5 mil that I got to pay to retain this attorney? Like, is that what you wanted her to say? It could just be me, right? Y'all let me know. Okay, Lisa is guilty of something. Lisa isn't trying to get her phone bugged by the feds. I can't blame Lisa with it because I won't want my phone bugged by the feds either, coming up and creating situations that don't exist, trying to lock me up next to Jen. No. Child, she said 50 million lawyers to get the scoop. Ooh, she called 50 million lawyers to get the scoop. To make sure whatever she has going on stay quiet. Lisa, a fair weather friend. Truth. Meredith is super vindictive and arrogant. You think so? Okay. I'm gonna hold on to that because I really like Meredith, but things can change by the end of the season. So I'm gonna keep that mental note. This is the only Housewives show where every single person deflects when confronted. Oh, child. It was a whole lot going on at the table, dear heart. Mom and dad are fighting. Hilarious. Mom and dad are fighting. What she said, mom and dad are fighting. What are we supposed to do? I loved Heather this episode. I loved her this episode for the most part, even though her brother called her out about, not really being there, maybe, whatever. But I really liked her at that faux lunch or whatnot that they had. I was here for Heather, baby. The court district where Jen is being charged has a 98% prosecution rate, 2% being mistrials. Jen isn't lucky. My goodness. Whew. Not 2% being mistrials. She better hope she can get a piece of a mistrial. Girl, that is scary. Lisa is a messy, vindictive liar, and you can see Meredith is getting sick of her. Tied. And I really wanted Meredith to keep going. I really didn't even want Meredith to stay. I really did not want her to stay. I wanted her to honor herself, honor how she felt, which was get the phone, because I already told y'all, if y'all invited her, Why invite me? And then she chose to stay. So she disregarded how she truly felt and she stayed. And then it ended up being a fiasco. And I felt like Meredith wasn't being fake at the table because Meredith was just sitting there observing and watching all of them look dumb as hell. Loved it. And she even so much so that she even kind of had not really had Jen's back, but she called the ladies out for their BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all saying this, y'all friend, y'all love this lady and stuff like that. Whether I like her or not, y'all not being good friends. Y'all making this situation about y'all instead of it being about her. I'm good. I'm out. Girl, I was here for Meredith, especially when she told Lisa she had been hollering. Like, girl, you been hollering for I don't know how long, girl. I cannot take it. Like, you need to just scoop back. I can't take it, dear. It doesn't bother me because Jen and Lisa are both fake. Ooh. So there's that. Romeo says, I can't stand how Lisa is trying to get loud or yell every time somebody call her out. And to me, I feel like that is a heavy deflection as well. And you know, when you probably arguing with somebody and somebody getting loud with you and stuff like that, you may not be able to get all your thoughts out or what all you really want to say in that moment because you over here like focused at the fact that they're yelling at you, and then you may find yourself repeating the same thing. But what I said was, and the whole time that was just them trying to distract you so you couldn't get nothing else out. That's definitely what Lisa does. Okay, yes, Murder Inc. Irv Gotti had a Fed case and won, but lost a lot of money. Okay, I never knew that. I don't know why I thought he lost the case because I could have sworn he went to jail. I thought he lost money and went to jail, but maybe that was like two different situations. I think Jen is one of Lisa's silent investors. Ooh, yikes. A silent, yikes. Is that possible for real? I only heard a few people beating those charges, and they were mostly technicalities. Girl, this one here is definitely not no technicality. I don't know how they gonna do this. Lisa is probably loud AF in person. I don't know if she really loud in person. I feel like she get loud when she having a debate or whatever, or somebody say something she don't like. Because most of the time, Lisa be like this with her low raspy voice. Exactly, just like she did last episode, but wants to call everyone else fake. Ooh, Meredith was being the adult in that situation. I feel like she was. Phil says Whitney started that whole argument at the time. She did. Y'all know I likes me some Whitney. But girl, I've been having to call you out a little more than what I like this season, dear heart. Okay, because I don't know what it's like. You wanted to see them argue, girl. Whitney, stop embarrassing me out here in these streets. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop embarrassing my damn self. Sit up here talking about how much I like you, girl. I'm gonna put you on the fence. Okay. I don't like that. She definitely started that. Like, I don't like that. You know, everybody's acting, fake. Acting like everything. I'm like, girl, that's fine though. This is a beautiful dinner. We in a park or lunch or whatever this is. We ain't got to talk about that here. We don't have to talk about that here. But I feel like also she probably used that as a tactic so she could probably bring up the stuff regarding Mary. So that she can probably try and throw Meredith, not Meredith, but Lisa out there so that she can get on Mary's case yet again about what she's heard about her church. But instead, the conversation was so heavily focused on Jen, so we didn't even get to that part, right? But I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen on next week's episode. But Whitney, I got my good eye on you. Oh, girl, I've been liking you. Girl. I never wanted to see today. But some things ain't adding up. Whitney is doing the same thing she did all last season. Ooh. Girl, Mary is hilarious. I am interested in how Whitney is going to handle her scandal. I think Lisa gets loud when she know Whitney is back on her BS. Okay. I heard that about Lisa being silent investor. That's why she called all her lawyers, even Tom, for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Not Tom. You missed it, Omar. And you know we got to do a quick chat because they added some people to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So that means they've been watching my reviews and I'm so excited about it. But anyway, exactly. But she ain't mentioned her doing research. Ooh, but your husband under investigation. Ooh. Definitely under investigation, child. Girl, it's going down for Miss Whitney, honey. I hate it, y'all. I can't believe it. I never thought I would see today, but you know, girl, it's not looking great. It's not looking great, girl. Girl, I used to love you, Whitney, but you've been doing some questionable things. I had to call it out. What else? Where else are we? Yeah, Lisa asked, how did you need my support? Didn't really understand that, didn't like that. Child, good night, Phil. Good night, Phil. Dig one grave, dig two for you as well. My God. I'm just gonna wait until Whitney gets hers. And you know it's coming because everybody has their season. Everybody had a season. And if she ain't having her season right now, it's definitely gonna show up next season. Because I feel like if they came out the woodworks about your husband and a pyramid scheme, and they don't be playing about them pyramid schemes in some states. So if they came out about that, you better believe they probably digging up some other stuff that they can bring. Now, see, one of the things I think they was going to try and throw in her face once the wind caught that she was going to be on this show was the fact that her husband and her were cheating when they were already married. And I think the rumor was that she got pregnant. So they both ended up divorcing their mates and then, you know, getting together. But she was able to tell her own story so she could kind of like control the narrative of that. But girl, be careful. Be careful, because you know Mary gonna be on your kitten heels as well. It ain't not a damn person that went up against Miss Mary and just came out just clean, honey. So be careful. She gonna be on them kitten heels. So Heather and her brother, they speak on him being a Mormon and how he made a choice to leave. This is the kind of talk, when I say like about religious stuff, this is the talk I don't mind hearing about, right? But all that church stuff with Mary, sometimes I don't be want to hear it. But I really enjoyed this conversation because it gave me insight a little bit, because I'm not a Mormon, so I don't know anything about that religion. So I don't know what they do, what they don't do, what they can do, what they can't do. Kind of like Scientology. Like, I don't know a whole lot about that either, okay? Definitely coming off as a CULT. But anyway, so he said he started to look into things after his sister ended up leaving the religion. And so her brother says he did his own research. And see, this was the thing for me. I'm not even going to say how, actually. My first thought was, how are you a part of this religion, but you didn't absolutely no research, right? But I feel like a lot of people fall into the Baptist religion. You know, a lot of us fall into that because that's just where our parents lead us. And a lot of us don't do like the background research or whatever. We may read the first few verses of Genesis, girl, and just move on, scoot on over to the next and just let them guide us how he will. But when it comes to this, okay, and y'all have a person that's so heavily involved in Mormon as far as the founder, when we're talking about that, that's where I feel like, okay, well, go do your research. But he didn't. He believed whoever told him. Girl, they said this man will put his kids on clothes, and because the pandemic hit, they all sat up there in church clothes on a Zoom call in church for damn near 4 hours out the day. Your kids ain't got work to do. Everybody's from home. Everybody at home, baby. You mean to tell me most of their time gonna be spent in church, or did they go to a Mormon private school that they were spending all this time in? Girl, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of church. I'm sorry. That's a whole lot of church for me, girl. Y'all doing all this church, but how is your relationship? Like, I can't. But anyway, he did some research on the founder of the Mormon religion, and what he learned is that this man actually ended up marrying a 14-year-old. Just gonna feel like everybody's daddies that sat up there and was okay with this religion, y'all close to the P's for me. The PEDO. Like, y'all are close to that for me. If you sat up there and you was okay with this and just went along with it, and yeah, you may have had your wife or whatever like that, but behind the scenes made me think, what was you really into? So this man had to do his own research at the age that he at. But then some part of me feels like, sir, you probably been did your religion, you probably did your research, but you just at a place where you finally started to honor it once you saw your sister walk away. So you probably felt the shame being a part of this, the knowing that you have these girls. All right. I think your sister walking away made you feel, convicted or whatever within your spirit. But ultimately, I feel like I refuse to believe that you didn't already do your research. I refuse to believe you waited until you damn near, how old are you, sir? To do your research now and then to understand what your founder was all about. You know they're not paying the rent. Girl, good night. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but I do believe that your sister put something on your heart that made you want to step and walk away. Absolutely not. You know, they have a heart to heart about how he needed her and she wasn't available and all that other stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay then. Yeah, I'm still stuck on the first part. And y'all daddy was also a part of this. Yikes. Your daddy was also a part of this. Help us. I can't. And then told her she couldn't go to New York. What he said, you can't go to New York because those are business women out there. You got to get yourself prepared to get married and all this other stuff. No, I don't. Like, I could. No, I don't. No, I don't. I know I don't. I don't have to. Not if that's not something I don't want. If I don't want to be married, then I don't have to do that. Like, what are you talking about? But anyway, I like Mary. She's very funny to me. Those eyes and that little hand swipe she does are hilarious. But back in the day, couldn't they marry at that age though? You know what? I think they could have. I mean, what laws and stuff was really in place? What things was really in place? So yeah, until somebody must have came along and said absolutely not. I need to read up on that. I need to research that. Who came along and said this type of stuff here is not okay? Finally, somebody did. Somebody said that. But the sad part is in some of these states, like I think in Alabama, like you can separate from your parents if it's still allowed, like at the age of 16, and just go off and get married. Disgusting to me. I don't think that's cool, but okay. Too young for all of that. Now the Mormon church is a different deal. I think Whitney is trying to paint Mary's church with the same brush. And it's not the same. It's not the same. I believe him. Many people know nothing about the church they attend. They go because someone told them to go. Very true, Cece. Heather working hard to sell these books. I hope she's splitting the funds with her siblings. What books? Did I miss it? She's selling like a kid's book or something. Bravo better be careful how much this show is focused on. They should. And I want them to scale it back a bit because I feel like all of the ladies are Housewives Atlanta. They probably all Baptist, okay, or Methodist or whatever they are, but we don't sit hear them talking about that. And that's where it makes me feel like, is this Real Housewives of church? Okay, Real Housewives of the religion? Or is this Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Because it's supposed, when you hear Real Housewives, you typically hear about their lavish lifestyles and stuff and the different inner workings of what's going on in their life. If quite a few of these ladies have walked away from that religion, why are we still discussing it? I want them to kind of like get away from that as they go into the next season. Right. The brother said no more. How many more from Heather's storyline than her breaking Mormon storyline? Right. We're gonna need more. Talk about something else. I think we sensationalize Mary because of the taboo relationship with the step granddaddy. Most Pentecostal churches, black or white, operate exactly like Mary's. They probably do. I feel like Mary Church don't operate too much different than how Baptist churches operate. And yeah, that's what I think. But I also think that Mary can be a bit cuckoo sometimes because some of the things she say don't be adding up, don't be lining up when she attack people. Sometimes it don't make sense. Sometimes it is funny. Sometimes it is hilarious. And sometimes it's like, Mary, what the hell? Because Heather is selling a book about her leaving the... Okay. Oh, good night, Phil. The storyline is being afraid of the black woman. Oh, child, I didn't connect the dots. Okay. I don't know how Meredith make her money. I think Meredith has some boutiques. Because remember, one of her boutiques, that's when Jen stole some of her boutiques. I also think with Meredith, like Rihanna has worn like some of her stuff from her boutique, which kind of like, highlighted her a bit. And people started to go there and like shop with her and stuff like that. And I ain't no telling what else. I think her husband is like into like film and producing and stuff like that. So I think also she probably don't really gotta work for real because of how much he probably makes. And because of that, I know he has to be away a lot. because he probably be working on large budgets. But he can call me. What's up? What's up, Meredith husband? I'm available. Book me, honey. These women ain't got nothing going on. None. That's why they focus so heavy on the religion. Yeah, they need to get them some business about some other stuff, because religion not gonna save them. Yikes. And I mean save them as in the show. Disgusting. Marrying a little girl should be okay no matter what. Shouldn't be okay no matter what the decade. It should not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I feel for young ladies back in the day, you know, before medicine was available. Some people still don't even be taking medicine, you know. Their bodies are so, to me, so I guess you say fragile. I couldn't imagine a child being violated in that way, and then also mentally believing that it's okay, and then at the same time getting pregnant because of that, and then having to push out a human through that small body, that small frame. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot. But I can't. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. So Jen and her family, right? They're doing Ramadan. For, you know, the Muslim faith and stuff like that. Her husband talking about downsizing and saving money to fight, you know, for her freedom, which actually makes sense. I was watching the after show. I didn't see this week, so I got to go back and watch it. But I was watching last week's, and I saw that Jen is in a different spot. And I was like, did Jen move? And now I'm seeing now that her husband approached her with the idea. And the house looks much nicer than, you know, the houses that she's lived in, okay? But anyway, Jen says she feels like their home is a hub for their family, because everybody comes to the family, you know, to see them and be with them. And, you know, just like she had to take in the cousin or her nephew or something like that in his family. That's what they're there for. So she's used to being the savior for the family members on both sides, right? But right now, instead of being the savior, she's feeling like the failure. She feels like she failed her dad and other family members, right? So at this point, she's really terrified. She's afraid. She don't know if she even gonna make it to her son's graduation or see him get accepted into medical school or anything. So she's really stressed out, as you should be. You know what I'm saying? Whether you did it or you didn't, girl, you did it and didn't think you was gonna get caught. If that's the case, girl, I know you are shaking in your boots, okay? As you should be. Sounds like she wanted to push back on her husband from downsizing. And I was like, if you don't downsize this mother home, ma'am, girl, I would have been like, when you want to move tonight? Because we got to get this 1.5 million. We're not going to sit up here. Let's go. Okay. So there's that, child. My great grandmother married at 15 and she had 25 kids. At least it was by the same man. Baby. I disagree. I hate that she had to go through that. But again, I do not know her history, and I don't know what was going on during her time. But 25 kid, God, that how many twins and triplets was in that? That's what I want to believe. How many twins and triplets was in that set? Jen says she is her family's savior, but I heard she defrauded one of her aunts out of her savings. Help us. Help me. How you defraud your auntie? That's some trifling stuff. I hope that ain't true. Whew. Yikes. It seems like Whitney and Jen are the only ones who can't get her affairs in order. I feel once these people get in trouble, the first thing they want to do is move. Seems like a sign of guilt to me. Like, no, Jen, you're supposed to be rich. Stay that way. Listen, Takis. Not with 1.5 million. Listen, I'm broke. I'm broke. I'll do whatever I gotta do to see if they can give me a payment plan. Give me a heavy discount. All right, for 1.5 million. Damn that. I was rich. I was. You know, people start singing different tunes when they get caught, child. Oh, one set of twins, her last two. What the? One set. God dang, granddaddy was going to town. Yeah. What do you call a rolling stone that's in the house? But he ain't going outside the house to have no other kids. What is that stone called? A crystal? What is that stone called? What is that? Because he wasn't rolling around outside the house, child. He was inside the home, okay, going to town. Going to town. He was definitely not giving us Martell Hope teas, honey. Was not doing it. He was a loyal, faithful husband. They may be afraid of Mary because since her church is reference to a cult, they probably afraid her people may do something to them as cult members. Also, Mary does sell good. God will get you if you mess with me. They shouldn't be afraid of the church folk. They need to be afraid of Mary. For real. Can we talk about how scared of Mary they are? I think they think some curse will fall upon their family if they speak. I mean, I can't fault them for thinking that. Because you got to look at, hell, what that happened to 2 of the people already. Jen done got these Fed charges coming up on her. And I hate to say it, but Cameron, God rest his soul. Okay? Now, I don't think Mary got that much power as far as Cameron, but I don't know. I'll be a little weary too. The assistant is the scammer, and Jen was not paying attention to what he was doing. I feel like that could be a possibility, Candiace. As much as I still kind of believe she did it, I feel like that would be an angle that her attorneys may possibly take to try and paint him as the person. But I feel like even with that, she needs to come up with some type of deal. Because if this is in front of a jury and the jury don't believe her, especially with her antics on social media and stuff, a lot of people know who Jen is now. There could likely be a sense of biasness in the jury. So if that's the case, they need to be prepared for another deal. Like, yo, if this don't work out, then can we just get like 2 to 5 years? Like, what can we bargain? Because that's a lot of years. She's not gonna make it out. I'm not sure how he passed, but Cameron passed away this summer. I'm not sure if it could have been done to, like C19, or if he had other, complications, if it was an accident or something. I'm not sure, but I do know that he passed this summer. Angel said, I'm sorry. I don't believe it was all the assistants. Sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry. No, ma'am. Oh, he had cancer? I'm so sorry. Girl, that is a deadly disease. Do you hear me? A deadly one. I believe that Mary is dangerous. The way she lied to Jen's face, knowing that she talked about her with a listen. And you had better not have told Mary that she didn't lie on her. You had better not have told Mary that she said anything negative, because Mary was on your head top on that day. But let's keep going. Mary is kooky. If her members are afraid of her, then they are weak and feeble-minded. I don't get Jim Jones vibes, and she gives me evangelic. What? Evangelical? Did I say it right? I know I said it wrong. Christian. I don't know, child. But we're going to keep it going. Let's get to Lisa and Whitney. So they do this little paddleboard yoga. First of all, why is paddleboard yoga down there? This is too dark, okay? When I do yoga, I like for it to be some light somewhere. Put me in an actual pool, honey, or something. Like, why do I have to be under here near rocks or whatever? Like I'm underneath a mountain or something. I did not like it, but I'm not from that area, so there's that. They talked about the trip, and Whitney says everyone flip-flopped because they said one thing the night before and changed up the next day. So Lisa clears up the conversation she had with Mary in the room, and then Meredith goes on to say that she believed 100% of what, I believe it was, I think Lisa went on to say that she believed 100% of whatever Cameron told her. Like, I'm with him 100%. But see, that's where the issue becomes. Like, that's where it's an issue, because you say you believe him 100%, but then when you get in front of Mary, it don't seem like that. It don't seem like you 100% believe what Cameron has told you. I don't know. I don't know if it's that she's scared of Mary, or if she just doesn't want to like have any issues with Mary, just like as on a friend level, like in general. But Whitney tells her that she reached out to Cameron to ask him info about this. And I know Lisa was looking at her like, now why would you go do something like that? You don't even know my friend. Like, why are you over there reaching out to somebody? And more importantly, why are you involving yourself in something that ain't got nothing to do with you? Like, why are you doing it? So then Lisa says that is weird for Whitney to reach out to him. Whitney says she reached out because she was starting to have the experience that everyone says they've had. I don't know, Whitney. I don't know if you were starting to have the experience that everybody said they had, because most of the people that said they had an experience from her was from the church. But you didn't really go to a church like that, maybe 1 or 2 times. So are you there long enough to really experience something? Okay, great excuse though. You really went to talk to Cameron so that you could dig up something so you could bring it up against Mary. That's what it really was to me. What else she says? Whitney says that the rumors said that Mary and Robert are predators. But what got me was Lisa acting shocked. And I'm like, Lisa, if you heard all of this and Cameron's telling you everything, why are you like, oh, really? They said that? Oh, they're predators? Oh, what? I'm like, cut it out, cut it out. So then they use the fear of God as their power to get what they want. This is what Miss Whitney is saying. So Lisa brings up Mary saying, well, you know, she did say, when you mess with my church, see what happens. You go to jail. Speaking of Jen, right? So Whitney is like, okay, you're telling me that like I should be concerned. Are you saying that like I should be concerned? Don't ask her if she's telling you that as if you need to be concerned, because you already knew this, in my opinion, Whitney, because you started to reach out to Cameron. You already heard a mouthful before you even got to Cameron. You were already hearing the rumors, as you say, from other people. So you already knew right then and there it was something you should have been concerned about. Wait. So I guess, child, Whitney is a lie and it is messy. She called Cameron and did nothing with the information. Right. Like what was the point? I mean, even if she believed Cameron, she ain't giving Mary money, so it's out of her hands. Ooh. Mary kept talking and Jen seemed afraid to argue with her one-on-one. You mean at the table? I question, is Mary happy with her life? I don't think Mary is. I think Mary's miserable. I think she even slick said something like it would be good if her husband wasn't there at all. So I don't know if she meant death or what she meant, but she don't like being with that man. I think, you know, well, she said she with him because that's what her grandma wanted. But now I'm starting to question, is that what your grandma wanted, or is that what he told your grandma that he wanted? And she just put it in the wheel. Like, which one is it? I'm confused. I wouldn't be happy with that either. That old man. And then for her to take on this lifestyle, because I really think Mary took on her grandmother's lifestyle for like the luxury. I don't know if it really was about her wanting to be a church leader or anything like that. I think it was for the lavishness, the luxury, the money, and everything. And with that being said, you know, to gain, you lose. So I feel like she gained a lot, you know, financially and all of that and whatever. But I also feel like she has a lot of regret about her life and stuff, and how she probably didn't get to experience things, how she doesn't have a certain type of relationship that her that she may see other people have with their families, like she don't have that with her mom and all of her siblings. So I think she may deal with a little bit of regret, but I also see Mary as a person that kind of like doesn't really accept like those feelings. Like she kind of like pushed that off, like, it's okay, like whatever, I'm not gonna, you know, like not really deal with those feelings or whatever. So there's that. I'm sure she got a lot of regret and stuff going on in her head. Whitney want people to have a problem with Mary but won't lead the charge herself, so she needs to sit down, preferably with an accountant, and mind her business that is not paying her good. My God, it's a not paying her. Oh my goodness. Whitney want people to have, no, I think yeah, you just posted it twice. Hilarious. OMG. Her husband hates her, that phone call. Oh yeah, I think it was a phone call Mary had with her husband, and he sounded like he wasn't enthusiastic or cared. Was that the call with the husband when she was at the house and she was talking to somebody? And I rewinded it, but I still didn't catch. I wasn't sure who was on the phone. I was like, was that her husband talking to her like that? Like he didn't care? Because he don't. It seemed like he may only care in front of the cameras. Like, they do not like each other, child. Girl, just divorce this man. It's your grandmama stuff anyway. So it's like, But again, she probably not gonna do that because that's the father of her child. Yikes, yikes. I wish my grandma would have tried some shit like that. But you know, my grandma wouldn't have did that because my grandma was married to my granddaddy. And then my other grandma had passed away, so whatever. Anyway. Yeah. I still would have said no, even if I was in a situation. That's a DEAD for me, ma'am. I can't do it. But anyway, so Whitney, Jen, and Heather, we get a flashback. So Whitney says that she felt the way, but has sympathy for Jen because she saw a woman hurting. This is what she says. Heather continued to give her support to let her know that she has her back either way. I felt like they thought they was slick when it came to Whitney and Heather. I said, y'all think y'all slick, don't it? Y'all done linked up to go ahead and eat y'all some food just in case y'all got to this pho event or whatever it is. Is it pho? I think it's pho. When y'all, just in case when y'all got to this pho event, y'all didn't like the food. So y'all went ahead and made sure that y'all filled up y'all bellies. And y'all thought y'all was slick, but I saw y'all and I was here for it because I ain't even gonna lie, because you can't eat everybody's food. Like everything ain't gonna be good, girl. So let me go on over here and give me a piece of a chicken nugget and a little bit of a fry. Or something, a little nacho with some queso, just in case I have some on my stomach, in case, you know, this food ain't good, because I'm not going to be starving for another 4 hours and we got to film. No, ma'am. So I felt them on that. Jenny pho event. Okay, so Meredith and Lisa arrived first. Jen came with Whitney and Meredith. No, Jen came with Whitney and Heather, but Meredith was not here for it. Okay, now Meredith, if you're going to be on the show, because Meredith looked over to Jen and was like, girl, what the hell is this? Is that Jen? Now, what did I tell you? Right. I said, if she gonna be here, then don't invite me. Okay. And then Miss Jenny was like, well, girl, I just wanted to, you know, try and get everybody on one accord or whatever like that. She was like, girl, that's fine. I'm gonna stay for now. But y'all don't pull this again. Okay. So I felt like this, Miss Meredith, if you're going to be on this show, you're going to have to deal. I'm sorry. Like, you just going to have to deal. Like, you don't get to call the shots. Either that or you're not going to be able, you just going to have to get off the show. Right? But I don't want you off the show. So I hate to say it, but I want you to have to deal. I think that you did a pretty good job dealing in that moment with having to be around this woman that's been disrespectful to you and your family. Okay? So there's that. What else we got? Yeah, Mary was struggling, y'all. Mary was struggling, baby. Mary was struggling. I ain't blame Mary, girl. Like, why would you go and set this setup so deep into the park? And then you want us to sit up here and wear heels. Girl, Mary was struggling, but she finally got there, girl. I said, girl, I know them feet toe up being on them heels. I know she couldn't wait to get to a chair. So she finally shows up. She comes right in, and I think she ended up giving like Jen a hug or something like that. Like, hey, Jen, or whatever. I was like, yikes. Okay. All right then, girl. But anyway, Mary actually came in and spoke to everybody. Even Heather and Whitney. She spoke to everybody. I said, okay then, Mary. Okay, this may be, we on the good foot. Everything's going okay. Whitney was speaking with Jen about people being fake. And Mary calls her out. Mary said, what was it? Mary said, did you say that people are sitting up here being fake? And then Whitney was like, I mean, yeah, I just think that it's interesting, you know, that we're all just like, you know, acting like nothing ever happens. And it's like, it's okay. It's okay for us to act like that right now. Right? So then Jenny says, yeah, there was a lot going on, and she knows that everyone has issues. All right. But what Mary said before Jenny opened her mouth, Mary said, are you sure? Okay. Is it all of us acting like that, or is it just you? I said, ooh. Okay, Mary. Okay, Miss Mary Mac, honey. Is it everybody, or is it you? Are you the one with the problem, dear? I said, okay, Mary. So then Jen speaks on not expecting any of this to happen. Jen continues to explain, you know, the breakdown of what happened, her getting arrested, all of that stuff, right? So Mary seems to not believe that Jen didn't know what was going on. It was so funny to me in that moment because she's like, really? You did? So you didn't know anything? Oh, okay. No, I'm just asking. So when they came to pick you up, you didn't know that? Oh, okay. So when they was behind you, you didn't know that? So when they called your phone about your husband, you didn't know that either. Girl, like, Mary had me tickled the way that she was asking these questions in different ways to still get to the point of did you know or did you not know? And Jen was like, no, I didn't. Like, I didn't know anything. But y'all know that's gonna be Jen's whole thing. Her whole thing regarding this case. Everything is I didn't know. Remember when she was at the courthouse, She didn't know. I'm not sitting with the guilty people because I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I hate to say it, but a lot of times you can't get nothing out of a person that say, I don't know, I don't recall. You can't get a whole lot. So I just hope the evidence is highly strong. Okay. So there's that. What else we have? So then Jenny brought up how people were sending text messages. Jen says, who was the person? Which one? A, B, C, D. Who sent the messages? Who was it? Lisa was quick to throw Whitney under the bus. Well, Whitney was the one that was, all on reading articles and all this other stuff. And then Whitney highlighted that, girl, don't do that because it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. So then I believe that's when Lisa ended up getting called out for being on the phone with the different attorneys. And so everybody started arguing and stuff like that. So Jenny said, girl, it was both. Like everybody was doing it, girl. It was both of them. So then Mary says, Jen, I said nothing. I said, nope. I said nothing bad about you. Not at all. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Heather laughed and I laughed out loud with Heather. Hilarious. It was just funny to see. And I could imagine how Heather felt in that seat watching everybody backpedal on the stuff that they had just said. So I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, Mary, girl, you're a liar. You did say something. Lisa says everyone was talking about it. Meredith up there watching everything too, not saying a word, just watching, laughing my ass off. Mary, how you gonna sit up here and say that you ain't saying nothing about this lady, but the cameras was there the whole time to catch what you said? Like, Mary, you're not new to this. You're not new to this, Mary. Cut it out. So Jen starts crying because her freedom is at stake. Lisa calls everyone fake after she and Mary get into it. I'm like, Lisa, not you calling nobody fake. Meredith said, oh, girl, what you're not finna do is come over here with me. Come over here to me with this BS. That's what you're not finna do, girl. Because if anybody up here fake, I'm sure ain't me. So you're not finna be talking to girl. We're not gonna do that. So then Heather says, that she's been quiet. Heather said, girl, I've been sitting over here. I've been quiet, girl, but don't be trying to stay up here coming for me because you did not show up for your friend. That's what we're not going to do. What else is going on? Girl, the whole table, it was just hilarious. There was so much action going on at this table. Mary lying, saying that she didn't talk about her. And it's like, Mary, cut it out. Everybody was talking. And you got anyway, Mary, everybody was talking, okay? So then Jenny hopped up and started calling out Mary for saying a whole lot. Jenny, you really can't stand Mary, huh? Mary, I want you to give Jenny a run for her money like you be giving Whitney and some others. Like, give Jenny a run for her money, because for me, I feel like I don't like that Jenny has come into this show and she be so overly vocal with these ladies like she's known them for years. Right? I don't like that. So I'm like, get on her case quickly. Let her know what's up. Because I don't like that she thinks she the big bad Miss Girl. So anyway, Jenny says that she doesn't care about Mary. Mary says, what was it? What did you say? She said, I don't care about you. She was like, okay, then well, why am I here? And then she decides to get up and leave. And then Meredith decides to go after Mary. And Mary talks about how she doesn't like being called a liar. And I'm like, that's not fair, Mary, because you sit up here and you call other people a liar. So why is it that nobody can call you a liar? When indeed, I'm sorry, you were lying in that moment, period. So Mary goes over to talk to Jen, and Meredith calls them all disrespectful. Okay, she calls them out for being disrespectful. Meredith says she would never talk SHI about a person behind their back and then turn around and be their friend in their face. I said, Meredith, girl, come over here and get this Starbucks gift card. Come over here and get this Starbucks gift card, girl, because you said that I was here for you on that one, girl. I was like, okay, come on, Meredith. You better know what to say, because that's exactly what quite a few of them was doing at that table. Loved it. Lisa doesn't like what Meredith had to say, and that's Lisa just. Let's keep going. Meredith says everyone has said some SHI about her, but no one is owning it, including Lisa. You're also not owning it. Do you want to be upset with this lady and tell you don't like the things that she said because basically she's not being on your side? But all earlier this season, you wasn't on her side. You sit up here trying to force her to make amends with a woman that she's not even cool with, a woman that's disrespecting her family. Okay, you trying to force a friend that you've known for all these years to be cool with some woman that you about just met on this season. No, you're wrong. I don't like that. So then Meredith is all over them. She's over them girls, and she decides to leave and told her to not invite her. I told you one time, girl, I'm not going to tell you no more. Don't invite me. Meredith tells Lisa she has been screaming for a half an hour, and I can't anymore. I love that, girl. You've been screaming for half an hour. and I can't anymore. I said, come on, Meredith. Meredith, girl, if you don't come get this Starbucks coupon. So then Lisa comes to Meredith and wants her to have her back and says that she's contradicting herself and says that you can't say that she's going through whatever she's going through, and then the reason that you're leaving is because of her. I kind of understood Lisa when she said that, though. You know, like, not like, don't be trying to have sympathy for her, but then at the same time not wanting to be around her. But then when you think about it, I feel like those two things can exist at one time. Like, I'm having sympathy for her based on how y'all treat her, but it doesn't change what she did to me and how I feel about her. I'm just making an observation. I mean, but anyway, so then Meredith says it's because y'all are making this situation, you know, like worse or whatever. And then Lisa cries and begs Meredith to stay for her. And it's kind of like, Lisa, why are you crying for Meredith to stay for you when Meredith ain't even finna have your back for real? Meredith finna sit up there and watch. That if Meredith stayed, I really feel like it was not because of Lisa. It was because she wanted to continue to witness the BS that was happening. That was it. So there's that. Everybody ended up coming back to the table. That's when the show went off. So we're gonna, you know, get a chance to see all of that on, you know, the next week's episode. Meredith was kind of weird because she was demanding everyone take a stand on Jen before talking to Jen. Oh, embarrassing. That's what I was saying. Lisa is probably loudest when they get into it, right? Jenny was exemplifying passive aggressive towards Mary, lying because she was mad about the eye comment. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. She was mad about that eye comment. She was mad. I feel like with Jenny though, she be trying to find, like, now that she don't like Mary, I think it's one of those things where it doesn't matter what that person does, I'm not gonna like them. Like, that's what it gives. No matter what that person does, I'm not gonna like them. So because I don't think it was like that deep, but I guess I'm not Asian, so maybe that's why I make, you know, think that. Right. I don't know. Like, I don't know if she knew, like, I don't know if it was that much of a deal to say, oh yeah, with those slanted eyes, I like those eyes or whatever like that. I don't know. Like, if a white person told me, like, yeah, with your kinky hair, I like that. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get like offended by that. I mean, they can't relate. You know, I hate to say it, but a lot of them, not all, but there are quite a few, they actually wish they had, you know, the similar texture that we have. So I mean, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Right, Jenny trying to go off on the only black woman in the group all the time is making me cringe with them big ass veneers and her skinny Botox filled face. Jesus. Go off on Jenny, somebody. My God. I like seeing Jenny check Mary. Mary has so much for the other women, but backs down to Jenny. I think it's funny. I can see why you may think it's funny. I do want Mary to snap. Like, how are you scared of Jenny though? That's what I don't understand. Because that's the energy that it gives. And Jenny been called out for some stuff already on TikTok from her niece for her being shady. So you might want to be careful, Jenny, because your season probably gonna be up next season too. And Jenny didn't deny that wasn't her niece either. She just said, I haven't seen her in X amount of years. She didn't deny the story at all. So that made me think the girl probably would tell the truth about how she I forgot what the girl said, how she treated her parents and stuff like that. And stuff. I just don't think Mary has any time of day for Jenny. She doesn't feature her. She need to start featuring her, because girl, you're gonna be up here trying to get airtime off me. I'm gonna clap back and make sure that you get all your time's worth, girl. Yeah, definitely racially insensitive, but she don't like Mary. But knowing Mary history, she can't get a pass for that. Gotcha. Okay. Mary will snap. She wants to backhand her. She better not put her hands on that lady. Use your words. Mary said, with those slanted eyes, the same way she called Heather chubby. Ooh. And she was wrong for that. Now, when you put it like that, she was definitely wrong. She was wrong. Because she sure didn't have to call Heather chubby. I wasn't too, you know, I ain't like that too much. It was a little chuckle. But at the same time, it was like, girl, you know you out of line. I don't like that. You probably be over here eating air and a piece of rice just so you could stay thin. I don't like that. Who called Mary called Mexican people thugs? She also called black folks thugs too, because that was addressed last season about how she didn't want to go to certain gas stations. And that be the other thing about Mary. Like, not only does like the things she say sometimes not add up or make sense, because she has her good moments and then she doesn't, but then also it's the idea that she's better than other people that I just hate. I hate it. And I feel like that's terrible and to me likely dangerous, especially with you being a damn pastor. Or whether you leading the church, but you out here judging the people that you're supposed to be leading. I don't like that. And you ain't gonna have no issue taking these thugs money when it comes to the church, but you want to sit up here and judge people and call them thugs and act like they better, and then you want to sit up here and talk down about Whitney and talk about this. I don't like that. And you're supposed to be leading the church, but you get up here and you sit with these ladies and turn around and lie and say that you never said anything bad about a person. And shout out to the beautiful being footage, because they definitely rolled it back and showed what your true thoughts were about that. So I didn't like that. I'm gonna check out the after show because I have not checked out this week's episode, so I am gonna be checking that out. And I figured it was gonna be really good, especially after this week's episode. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. I'll give you guys a quick chat amongst other things, because y'all know we got to talk about Real Housewives Beverly Hills casting, which I'm super excited about. They're filming already. I'm ready for the next season. Beverly Hills gives. Yeah, so that's really it, y'all. Are you guys watching Real Housewives Miami on Peacock? Let me know, because I've watched the show. I've taken notes. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on it or not. It's not a bad season. It's not bad at all. But Larsa, dear honey, dear God, I feel like I want to do a review just so I can talk about her. But y'all let me know down in the chat, or primarily just let me know down in the comments. All right. Thank you so much, Phil, for the super chat. Check out the episode with Heather. You mean the after show with Heather, or you mean that particular episode you were telling me about how Heather had set up the argument for Jen to go off on Lisa? I think that may be what you're talking about, Phil. I'm going to have to go back and check that one. Do you remember which one it was? When you were so smug talking about Mary. But hers is coming. Yeah, it's coming. I hate it. It's coming. Everybody got their due. Jen said she would have fought Mary. I would have loved to see it. Not with a fight. I wouldn't have loved to see that, girl. These two women up here fighting, breaking their bones. Maybe a little water throwing across the table, a little glass throwing, a little toss, throw the little water out or something like that. But girl, they better not be up there shaking the table like that now. Okay, that particular episode with Heather and Jen. Okay, cool. All right, y'all, don't forget, go ahead and, join my Discord. I am learning how it works. I have all of the details down below in the comments. So I'll start, when I have a video coming up or whatever like that, I'll make sure that I put it over there as well, and not just, leaving it on YouTube with the notifications. But you also will see on my Twitter as well, every video I post up there. If you guys are not on Twitter, feel free to join the Discord. That would be great. I'm sure we'll have other conversations there outside of just, me putting, my content into there. But I'm sure we'll have other conversations regarding housewives, gossip stuff. We'll probably be talking and all that great stuff. So yeah, it's our own little community. So make sure that you, go ahead and sign or join. It's not like a sign up thing. Not Mary got a pistol in the car now. Did Mary say she had a pistol in the car? Can't wait for Whitney's husband scandal next season. Girl, I feel like it's gonna be more than that gonna be dropping out. Right, ranting with Ricardo. Hilarsa, the fake Kardashian, fake black lady wannabe, is not my cup of tea. She's still with her. She's still. I cannot not still with him. I can't. I think what makes me cringe the most is her knowing how old, like she's so much older, but she be dating people that could dang near be friends with her kids. Like I guess, honey, I don't like that. But that's her business, child. All right, then. But I'm going to go ahead and scoot on over and scoot on out. Y'all know I got some other reviews and things that I'm getting out. Love and hip hop. I'm probably gonna move that review, guys. I might remove that move that review to later today. But I will be definitely going live for sure at 4 o'clock talking about selling Tampa. Bondi's gonna join me at some point in that live, and we're gonna be chit-chatting it up. All right. So yeah, and also tonight over there on Bondi's channel, we're gonna do a special Ooh Ladies First to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville as well as Portia's family reunion. So y'all make sure y'all come over and join us later on. I thank you guys so much for kicking it with me for this hour or so. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out. I'm your girl Jamithatsme. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Jamithatsme. Also join the Discord, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.